This is a massive warning to anyone invested in both XRP or in HBAR. We're seeing a massive sell-off in the market right now, but I believe that this is a massive trap and I don't want you guys to get fooled. So I urge you all to watch this very important video until the end to get a full understanding of what is currently going on in the crypto market. So don't forget to like the video, of course. Can we get this one back above 1,000 likes? I would highly appreciate that. And let's get straight into it. So guys, here we have both XRP and HBAR on the 3-day time frame. On the left hand side of your screen you can see XRP, and on the right hand side we can see the HBAR price action. Now, first of all, guys, the trend is currently still up. We're still seeing higher highs with higher lows. So I still expect that the trend is going to continue to the upside there for both HBAR and for XRP. What you also can see is that XRP here on the left side is forming some kind of a bull flag pattern. We are consolidating in a pattern, and this clearly looks like a continuation pattern to the upside for me. So I'm still in favor of more upside for XRP, but the main level that we need to hold is actually around the $3 zone, because we got rejected around $3 for multiple times. We clearly broke above this important range and we're right now closing multiple 3 daily candles above $3. So I don't want to see any break back into the range. If that happens, yes, then we need to talk again, and that could be a very bearish signal. But for now, we're holding support on top of the range, so I'm still in favor of much more upside. XRP already went to the first 1.618 FIB target at $3.60, and the next target to the upside to watch is $4.65, which is the 2.618 target. For HBAR, the same thing. Price went to the 1.618 to roughly 30 cents, and the next target to watch if we break 30 cents is actually 40 cents for HBAR, and maybe even higher in the next few weeks. Main reason of this sell-off is of course that US price producer index rises to 3.3%, and this is actually above the expectation. So inflation is rising once again, and this is putting a lot of pressure on the markets right now, and that's why we're seeing a sell-off. You can also see it right here in the past hour. $460 million worth of long positions were actually liquidated, guys. This is absolutely massive. Insane what is currently happening, but I don't want you guys to get trapped because the trend is still up. So I'm still in favor of more upside there in the next days and weeks for both XRP and HBAR and the majority of the cryptos, of course. Another important chart to look at is actually XRP's liquidity heat map. What we can see over here is that there is a lot of liquidity piling up above the current price, but also below the current price. So the liquidity is all over the place. So according to this heat map, we could see volatility either way, but if we focus on the technicals, the trend is still clearly up. So I'm still, as I said multiple times, in favor of much more upside. Now, a little bit more bearish news here is that a major XRP whale just closed his XRP long position worth almost $15 million. And this is of course not a good sign. Is he an insider or is he just happy with his profits? That of course remains to be seen. But if we take a look at Ethereum, for example, we can also see that major whales are currently closing their long positions, massive long positions, $10 million almost here. And we can also see that an Ethereum whale just opened up a massive ETH short worth $6 million. So yeah, these signals are of course a little bit more bearish here in the immediate short term, as well as this indication which I actually showed you in yesterday's video. I urge all of you guys to watch that video once again if you haven't watched it, because it's still very relevant and super important information for you if you're invested in XRP or in HBAR. But here we can see that over 95% of the current XRP supply is in profit. And what we know from history is that whenever a lot of holders in a certain cryptocurrencies are in profits, we know that a lot of people are going to take profits, and this is going to cause a lot of volatility. So volatility up, volatility down, that is what we should expect right now in this phase of the market. And also this is an important metric for anyone invested in HBAR. We can see that the HBAR search volume is going absolutely crazy. If we focus on the past 30 days, worldwide, then we can see that we are reaching significant highs right now. And it's not just in the past 30 days. Also, if we focus on the past 90 days, we can see that HBAR search volume is currently at a 90-day high. And typically, whenever search volume is so high in a certain cryptocurrency, we tend to see volatility to the downside. So this is actually a bearish signal in the immediate short term. But don't get me wrong, guys, I'm still extremely bullish. All I am saying, if you are FOMOing into positions right now, just be a little bit more careful if you're playing with leverage. We can also see that the HBAR funding rate spikes to a 3-week high after Grayscale files for an HBAR ETF. And the big question, of course, is this smart money or retail that is getting greedy here? But typically, whenever the funding rates are spiking positive, it typically means that there are a lot of new long positions entering the markets. So yeah, just be aware of that. We're seeing the same thing for XRP. Positive funding rates for 46 days in a straight line, guys. So the market is definitely expecting higher prices right now, but just pay very close attention to all of these signs. We also know that the crypto market is currently almost guys, in extreme greed. 75 on the index, one more point, and we are going to see extreme greed. And typically, whenever we see that, we need to stay cautious in the short term because we could see volatility to the downside, even though we are in a bullish uptrend. And also, if we focus on the altcoin season index, currently 51 on the index, so we're still not in a full-blown alt season. Whenever this index hits above 75, we typically tend to see a longer-term correction for altcoins, a multi-week or a multi-month correction. It always happened in history. You can go back in this chart. It is completely for free. But right now, 51, so there is still massive room here to go to the upside for altcoins, and that is still my vision here for at least the next few weeks or so. But whenever we hit above 75 on this index, I'm going to lock in some profits into stable coins because it's important to secure your profits as well, of course. And lastly, guys, I do think that there is a decent chance that we are in the final phase of the bull run. I showed you this chart multiple times. This is XRP on the monthly scale. And what you can see down below is the RSI indicator. We have this very important multi-year downward sloping trend line since the bull run of 2017 to 2018. Each and every time when the RSI on the monthly touches this trend line, we see a significant correction for XRP. The first one here, 65%, 95% 2018 bull run. Then here lately in 2025 in January, a 52% correction after touching this trend line. So I think that the RSI is about to test this trend line once again here in the next few days, next few weeks, and that could mark a significant local top for XRP, and we should expect at least some kind of a multi-week or multi-month correction for XRP and for the crypto market whenever that is going to happen. You can also see it on the stochastic RSI on the weekly. We tend to peak first in the stochastic with a high point. Price makes a higher high. Our stochastic RSI forms a lower high, bearish divergence, and we see a multi-week correction. It happens over and over again, guys. And I also believe something similar could happen this time around. So the stochastic RSI peaks first, then price is going to form another higher high. Stochastic makes a lower high, bearish divergence, and maybe once again a correction for XRP and for crypto. But my first major target for XRP, of course, in the immediate short term, $4.65. If we go higher, then I'm looking at $5.69 for XRP before a possible correction. For HBAR, to be clear, first major target 40 cents, maybe even 50 cents if we go higher. But that was it for this very important video. Hopefully you learned something. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Instagram, official link down below. I'm posting additional crypto XRP content over there. I'm doing Q&A sessions from time to time, so definitely check it out if you're interested. I want to thank you all for watching, for the amazing support, and I'll see you very soon with another XRP update. Bye bye.